Welcome to World Pulse 360 Global, bringing you the latest news, compelling stories, science discoveries, historical insights, geopolitical updates, and much more. Today, we are diving deep into a remarkable strategic analysis by Major Gaurav Arya and Divya Kochar on the evolving US Iran war. As the conflict enters its sixth month, the geopolitical landscape is shifting in ways that few predicted, despite multiple failed ceasefires. Our comprehensive overview begins with a stark reality. This is no longer a conventional war of superior numbers, but an asymmetric battle of costs. Major Arya highlights that the U.S. Central Command has faced staggering losses, including around 45 aircraft and high value drones like the MQ-9. The core insight here is asymmetric warfare. Million-dollar assets are being taken down by platforms 100 times cheaper. As Major Arya points out, the Americans never imagined a drone with a motorcycle engine could cause such immense chaos for a superpower. This brings us to a critical analysis. Is the failure a matter of military strategy or a fundamental crisis of political leadership? The interview notes a selective approach by President Trump, who speaks of foreign jet losses but remains silent on the damages to U.S. forces. Major Arya identifies this as a pattern of information warfare, where verifiable losses are suppressed to maintain a specific narrative. The pattern extends to China. The shares of Chengdu Aviation plummeted by over 20%, signaling massive unreported losses of their hardware. Fact, over 82% of Pakistan's weaponry is Chinese. Their failure on the ground has direct financial consequences in Beijing. Now let's look at the Strait of Hormuz. Despite the might of the US Navy, the waterway remains a volatile choke point. Why has the US Navy failed to secure it? Because Iran dominates from the land, while the US seeks to dominate from the air and water. Iran is a massive country with immense strategic depth. They can fire cruise missiles from 500 kilometers inland, far beyond carrier reach. The hard takeaway? To control the strait, America must put thousands of boots on the ground, an operation they seem to lack the stomach for. This points to a sobering historical pattern. Since 1945, from Vietnam to Afghanistan, clear military victories have eluded the United States. Major Arya uses a powerful analogy. An army is a hammer. If you throw it but call it back midway, it cannot finish the job. A critical bottleneck is the interceptor shortage. U.S. air defenses are under immense pressure, with 80% of inventories already fired. Then there is the Russian involvement. Putin offered a deal: stay out of Ukraine and we stay out of Iran. The US refused. Today, Russia holds nearly 18% of Ukrainian land. They have something to show for their losses. What has the US achieved in Iran? Zero. We must also look at Iran's nuclear program. Facilities like Pickaxe Mountain are buried hundreds of feet under granite, specifically to survive airstrikes. The Iranians knew the strikes were coming years in advance. They built cities underground to protect their highly enriched uranium and scientific assets. As Benjamin Netanyahu famously said, the only way to stop the program is to go in and take the material. There are no shortcuts. But real life isn't Hollywood. Special forces can't survive against thousands of infantry without massive airborne support. A dirty, bloody fight. Crucially, China is watching every stage. They are testing the limits of American power through Iran, their primary energy supplier. The lessons Beijing draws will direct their approach to Taiwan. They see a superpower that is overconfident yet hesitant to take casualties. In response, India has quietly started arming regional partners like Indonesia and the Philippines with BrahMos missiles, creating a strategic bloc. The credibility of current U.S. leadership is under fire. Major Arya suggests that the check of American influence has been encashed too many times. For the first time, major NATO allies and countries like Italy and Spain have refused to join the US blockade. America is going at it alone. Even with proxies like Hamas weakened, others like the Houthis and Kataib Hezbollah remain highly active and lethal. Iran has learned to play with the oil markets. With a snap of their fingers, they can shut down the Strait of Hormuz and Bab el Mandeb. The future of this conflict is the million-dollar question. No one is winning, and the world is bracing for a wounded, aggressive post-war Iran. In summary, the Strait of Hormuz remains the ultimate strategic lever in this asymmetric conflict. Thank you for tuning in to this analysis on World Pulse 360 Global. Please comment, share, and subscribe to stay informed on the world's most vital developments. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next report.